Professional services that can help. I had no idea what the chain of events might be, what to expect next, or what resources could help Brian and our family when he became ill. My lack of knowledge was the motivation behind this book, to share information and help others. I list some helpful Irish-based organisations. These may change over time as organisations and state agencies evolve. However, it's a starting point for you if needed. Other countries offer similar support, so please check your local directories. If the situation is similar to mine, I suggest using the hospital resources first, the clinical nurse specialist and the medical social worker, also the pain relief team from the hospice if there's pain involved. At home, the very best allies, apart from the doctors, are the public health nurses and the hospice staff who provide home visits. Bring Citizens advice if you need information on almost anything. They're a wonderful resource to guide your search. Being told we only had weeks left with Brian, we never applied for a parking permit or got involved in other services. This is where you might, as a friend or a colleague, inquire about services that might help and then bring them to the attention of the person who needs them. It's not possible, when bewildered and exhausted inhabiting a new and unfamiliar world, to figure everything out by yourself. I've listed some helpful details in alphabetical order. A Little Lifetime. This website offers support and information not only for families facing or coping with the death of a baby around the time of birth, but also for anyone who comes in contact with these families. A Little Lifetime Foundation, www.alittlelifetime.ie. Anam Cara. Anam Cara focuses on how to journey on and cope after the loss of a child. Bereaved parents meet informally as a group, giving them an opportunity to talk in a comfortable and safe environment with people who share similar feelings as they too have lost a child. I didn't choose to use this service as I couldn't bear to listen to people detail their pain when I could so closely identify with it. Perhaps I lost out. Anam Cara Parent and Sibling Bereavement Support, www.anamcara.ie. ARC Cancer Support Centre. ARC is a voluntary organisation that provides drop-in centres to talk, have a cup of tea and a chat, and find out more about the services that are available. The great thing is that most people who drop in go on to avail of other services in ARC. ARC has a panel of professionally trained therapists on site and provide various services by appointment: counselling, acupuncture, Indian head massage, manual lymph drainage and many more. Wig fitting is also available, which is a very personal issue for women in particular. They have group relaxation and breathing classes, as well as a positive appearance workshop, yoga classes, and others, such as mindfulness and stress management. Climb programme for children is new. It's designed especially for children 5 to 11 years who have a parent or a significant adult with a diagnosis of cancer. www.arccancersupport.ie. Carers Association. This national voluntary organisation is for and of family carers in the home and provides family carers with emotional and practical support. Promoting the interest of family carers and those receiving care in the home, they lobby and advocate to gain recognition for carers' invaluable contribution to society. www.familycarers.ie. Citizens Information. Citizens Information provides information on public services and entitlements in Ireland. All social welfare allowances are listed, with sections such as disability and illness, carers, older and retired people, death-related benefits, and supplementary welfare schemes. There's a tab called My Situation, where you can choose a person with a disability or illness, or a carer, for example, and find information on entitlements particular to you. www.citizensinformation.ie. Clinical nurse specialist and medical social worker. Among the first supports available is the clinical nurse specialist or the medical social worker in your local hospital. I had no idea that I might have anyone to speak to, except the team that took such good care of Brian in the isolation ward. Clinical nurse specialists work in hospitals, clinics, medical offices and other healthcare facilities. They're usually experts in a specific area such as gerontology, cardiovascular health or oncology, for example. They talk with patients and their families to make sure they understand a medical condition and options for treatment. A medical social worker may be available also to support patients by building on their strengths to maximise their capabilities. Disabled Drivers Association of Ireland. I never really understood how necessary a disabled sticker is, so one can park near the shops, etc. We never inquired about one, as time with Brian never suggested he would still be alive to enjoy the benefits. DDA provide many services as well as the parking permit, information on tax relief schemes for disabled drivers, and all other information and support one might need in such circumstances. www.ddai.ie. Console. Console is a charity supporting and helping people bereaved through suicide. www.console.ie. The Drugs Payment Scheme, DPS. Doctors' visit at home and medication used at home cost us a fortune until we discovered that terminal patients were entitled to a medical card. There's a huge improvement in service nowadays as there is a drugs payment scheme. Payment is capped each month. Currently it's €80 per family per month for approved prescribed drugs, medicines and certain appliances for use. DPS application forms are available from your local health office or on the website www.drugspayment.ie. Féileacáin. Féileacáin is a new, not-for-profit organisation that aims to provide support to anyone affected by the death of a baby during pregnancy or shortly afterwards. A group of bereaved parents came together to offer hope and support to others who may need help in the future. www.féileacáin.ie. First Light. First Light offers support and information and promotes research into the sudden, unexpected and often unexplained death of a child or young person. The website offers support to suddenly bereaved parents and families. www.firstlight.ie. Headway Brain Injury Services. It provides support and information including day rehabilitation, rehabilitative training, psychological support, accessing your local community and employment, vocational training, and family members' support relating to people who acquire a brain injury. www.headway.ie. Heart Children Ireland. Heart Children Ireland is a voluntary organisation with the overall aim of providing support in Ireland for all who are affected by congenital heart disorder. www.heartchildren.ie. Home Care Package. You can apply for a home care package in your local health office and your public health nurse can help you with this. Housing Adaptation Grant. The HSE, that's the Health Service Executive, also may provide a housing adaptation grant where changes need to be made to a home to make it suitable for a person with a disability. www.hse.ie. Huntington's Disease Association of Ireland, HDAI, provides consultation, information and individualised support to those diagnosed with Huntington's disease, their families and their healthcare team. www.huntingtons.ie. The Irish Association for Palliative Care, IAPC. IAPC is an all-Ireland body promoting palliative care nationally and internationally through the association's collective and expert voice. It has a multidisciplinary membership and reflects the entire spectrum of all those who work in it or have a professional interest in the provision of palliative care. For example, doctors, nurses, social workers, chaplains and pastoral carers, pharmacists, psychologists, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, dietitians, as well as executive staff, academics and educationalists. Also included are clinicians and allied health professionals working in related areas such as geriatrics, oncology, psycho-oncology, paediatrics and pain management. Children's Palliative Care, SIG, also known as the Paediatric Palliative Care Group. The group addresses the subspeciality of paediatric palliative care, which is focused on achieving the best possible quality of life for children with life-limiting and life-threatening conditions and their families. www.iapc.ie. Irish Cancer Society. Leukemia is a cancer, and yet I never thought to contact the Irish Cancer Society. Everything happened so quickly, and of course, in 2001 the internet was not as informative or accessible as it is today. This is where I'm hoping that you will be encouraged to help a friend by looking up information or bringing such information to their attention. The Irish Cancer Society provide information and support on a range of topics including cancer types, tests, treatment, side effects, common cancer symptoms, and how to reduce your risk of cancer. They list support in your area, survivor support, counselling, financial support for children with cancer, and transport services. They provide information on coping with treatment and organising life during and after treatment. You'll find information on coping with emotions, information for family, friends and carers, as well as, and most importantly for us, palliative care. There's also information for employers on supporting employees with cancer, bereavement support, support for rare cancers, as well as many publications and email newsletters. There's an online community where one can post queries or look for information. Daffodil Centres provide cancer information support and advice in local hospitals. The centres are an extension of the Cancer Information Service and provide a wide range of information in 13 locations nationwide to anyone affected by or concerned about cancer. The centres are staffed by specialist nurses and trained volunteers who provide both the practical information and emotional support that make such a difference in difficult times. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram and Pinterest. The Irish Hospice Foundation, IHF. The Irish Hospice Foundation is a national charity dedicated to all matters relating to dying, death and bereavement, ensuring that no one faces death or bereavement without the care and support they need. I can vouch for the palliative care service we availed of from Marymount Hospice in Cork. It made such a difference to Brian, reducing his pain as much as possible. We are forever grateful. To find services locally yourself in the local hospice service directory, click on Your Country to get details of local services which include hospice home care for children and nurses for night care. In the areas of education and research, IHF run healthcare programs such as Palliative Care for All and Dementia Palliative Care. Also, their library has developed among its resources a series of bereavement leaflets. There's a tab, Bereavement, on the website which links to bereaved.ie, providing advice and information for bereaved people, those supporting them, and professionals working with them. www.hospicefoundation.ie. Irish Motor Neuron Disease Association. If your everyday living is affected by MND, you need to have a social care assessment. For more information, contact details are available on www.imnda.ie. IRVA, the Irish Road Victims Association. The Irish Road Victims Association is a national governmental organisation that supports those bereaved or injured by road collisions and campaigns for justice, rights and recognition for road crash victims. www.irva.ie. iSANS is a voluntary organisation founded by a group of parents whose babies had either been born dead, stillbirth, or had died shortly after birth, neonatal death. www.isans.ie. Jack and Jill Children's Foundation. This foundation provides direct funding to families of children with brain damage up to the age of 4 who suffer severe intellectual and physical developmental delay, enabling them to purchase home respite care. End-of-life care is also provided. www.jackandjill.ie. Meals on Wheels. This is a wonderful voluntary service supported by the HSE, providing nourishing meals for mainly elderly people or those recovering from an illness or just out of hospital who are unable to prepare a proper cooked meal for themselves. Many different organisations provide the service in each county. The public health nurse will give you local details. The public health nurse. The public health nurse from our local health centre was an invaluable support to us. We availed of these free of charge visits at home when Brian was discharged from hospital. The nurses take care of dressings, injections, nursing aids and appliances. They also can make a referral to respite and daycare, an assessment for nursing home subvention, and advice on a home care package scheme which includes the service of nurses, home helps and various therapies, including physiotherapy, speech and language therapy and occupational therapy services tailored to individual needs. Various aids helped us, like the hospital bed and the sheepskin rug under him. These kept Brian so much more comfortable. Geraldine's advice was always clear, practical, and so caring and supportive. Rainbows is a non-profit making international organisation that provides curricula for establishing peer support groups for children, youth and adults who have experienced a death, separation, divorce or other painful transition in their family. www.rainbowsireland.ie. Samaritans. Samaritans provide 24-hour emotional support to anyone experiencing distress, despair or suicidal thoughts. There are 20 Samaritan branches across Ireland. www.samaritans.org. Sunshine Home. The Laura Lynn Children's Sunshine Home is a voluntary healthcare organisation which provides a range of residential respite and end-of-life care. www.lauralynn.ie. The Children's Leukemia Association. The diagnosis of leukemia has a profound effect on a child, their family and friends. Our family can surely understand this. With Brian being 18 years old, he was an adult, so this was not the service for him. But I admire the wonderful work the Children's Leukemia Association does in supporting and assisting families in any way possible during the course of ongoing treatment. www.cla.ie. Widow. Widow.ie is an online information and self-help resource for and by widows, widowers and bereaved life partners. www.widow.ie.